So being back in Bangkok again's brought back a few memories for me. So it'll be nearly 6 years ago now. I was staying in Khao San Road, which is it's a road, but it's a section of Bangkok that's quite popular with backpackers. And I was staying in a hotel on Khao San Road, and I was a smoker at the time, so I ducked down out of the hotel, popped down onto the street to have a cigarette, and I was just hanging out outside the 7-Eleven smoking, and I sort of struck up a conversation with a tuk-tuk driver. Now, for those who don't know, a tuk-tuk is like a little motorcycle kind of taxi. It's a three-wheeled vehicle. It's quite popular with the tourists and backpackers in Bangkok. And so I'm just standing there talking to the tuk-tuk driver, and of course he's a small businessman, so we're talking about business, and got round to the tourist industry and all that sort of thing. And I asked him, I said, what's your favourite tourist? Where do your favourite tourists come from? And so he started rattling them off, and he's gone, Americans, or from UK, Ireland, Europe, Australia, New Zealand, French, etc. And then he said, I'm not particularly fussed about the Indians. They don't particularly like Indians here. And then he said, we don't like the Russians. And I said, well, what's wrong with the Russians? And he says, they don't smile. And I said, well, what about the Russian women? Some of them are beautiful. And he's gone, no. He said, in Thai, he said, Thai men hate Farang women. Now that means, what he's saying there is Thai men hate foreign women. And that, if you know anything about the Thai people, that is a very, very strong statement for a Thai person to make, because the Thai culture is a very tolerant culture, so to say that they just hate Western women is a fairly extreme point of view. And he's saying that all Thai men hate Western women. And so I said, why do you hate Western women? And he looked around, he looked left and right kind of thing, and he saw this young woman walking across the street towards us. She would have been early 20s, I think. I don't know what country she was from. She was definitely a foreigner, but I couldn't tell whether she was European, American, Australian. Wouldn't have a clue, And so he just said, watch this. And he walks out towards her, and he says, tuk tuk, tuk tuk, which is, he's just hustling for a fare, And it turns out he had 3 children to feed, and it's a hard life, tuk-tuk driver. And this woman just stuck her arm straight out, palm up in his face, lifted her chin and her nose up in the air, looked away from him, didn't even break stride, just kept on walking. And to me that just said it all. Just her attitudes screamed, "Don't talk to me, you disgusting, dirty little man." That's exactly what her body language said. And this guy turned around and he walked back to me and said, "You see?" I said, "Yes, yeah, brother, I fully understand exactly where you're coming from." And he said, all women are like that. All Farang women are like that. And all that girl had to do was learn Mai Pindai Ka or Mei Chai Ka just two phrases that basically mean no thank you, or I don't need that thank you. It's too much for her to do that, and yet she's probably in Thailand thinking she's coming to some, enlightenment or getting some sort of spiritual fucking thing from it, or maybe she's just shopping, who knows. But that incident really stuck with me, because that man was just trying to make a living. He was quite a good guy. I ended up talking to him for a few days. It's on and off, He's a funny man. Anyway,